Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impression on some of the 100% pure foundations and a concealer. I have been putting off getting these products for such a long time, and I think the reason for it is some of the reviews that I've read. I love 100% Pure as a brand. Obviously they're super clean, they're cruelty-free, they're quite affordable. I love their mascara. They've got beautiful lip products and cheek products, but I've really just been so hesitant to try their foundations and their concealers. Probably the two main things that I've found with the reviews is color matching issues and also texture issues. A lot of people have said that the products have dried out their skin, so I'm not sure if that is dependent on their skin type or if it's how they're applying the product as well can sometimes make a difference. So I thought, okay, I have got to try some of these products. I've been waiting way too long. I have got a few samples here. So with the foundations, I went to Nourished Life, which is an online Australian store, and I purchased some samples because I did not want to buy the full price product in case the color wasn't right, and also if I really didn't like the product. So they're quite a decent size in this little jar. So I decided to get one of the second skin colors to try, and I wasn't sure what to choose with the healthy skin, so I got two different colors and I'll just have to see which one works best for that. Just before we start, so that you can compare accurately, I have fairly normal skin. It's a little bit combination, so oily through the T-zone, mainly forehead, a little bit on the nose, a little bit on the nose, and just a little bit on my chin here. Otherwise, it's fairly normal. So the easy one will be the second skin foundation because I only have the one color in that, so I can just put that on half of my face. So the texture is very liquidy, like super liquidy. By the way, I purchased the samples from Nourished Life. I think you get free postage when you purchase samples, and I'm not sure what that will be like for international, but I'll leave links to everything down below. It feels so like silky. It feels super silky to apply. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels like silk. I've hardly used anything. I think that's quite a good color for me. I was worried it would be a little bit too dark or yellow, but it's blended out really well. Whoa, okay, I've applied too much up there. Just put some on the back of my hand. It goes a really, really long way because it is applying so smoothly, if that makes sense. But you do have to work with it quite quickly because it's drying very quickly. So that was the second skin in Peach Bisque. I'm going to leave it and let it settle. I'm going to apply the other side now, and then I'll let you know what I think of both of them. Okay, now I'm going in with the Healthy Foundation in the color Sand. I tried the Peach Bisque on the side of my face here, and it's definitely darker than the Peach Bisque in the second skin foundation. And I'm not sure if it's just because the texture of the Healthy Foundation is a lot thicker than the second skin foundation, so that may affect the color a little bit. But I feel like at this stage, when I put the three of them together, I actually really like the second skin foundation color in Peach Bisque better than I like the other two. I feel like I'm in between these two. So Sand, I'm not sure how that's going to look, but the other one's too dark. So going now with my brush. Oh wow, okay, this is really thick. I was not expecting it to be so thick. Definitely very different texture-wise. Okay, so that is a light layer of each using the Real Techniques brush. What I want to do is go back in with a beauty blender and see if I can build up more coverage, and I also want to see how it applies with the beauty blender and which I think would be best for the foundations. So that's for the second application of the second skin. I think it looks great so far. Anyway, going back in with the Healthy Foundation in Sand on the other side. Okay, so I have now finished doing 2 coats of both foundations. The second skin, I can see why they call it a second skin. It is so silky and you really feel like you're not wearing foundation, which is probably where the name comes from. This one's a little thicker in consistency, but if you work it into the skin quickly, it's not super thick. Both of them give medium coverage with one application. And you can get fuller sort of coverage with a second application, but I think that's when the product may start to grab in certain areas a little more. I can see why if you had really dry skin, if you went in and you applied a really thick layer and you wanted to quickly put it on and you used a brush, you will definitely get a little bit of grabbing. Like I've got a little bit of grabbing up here in some spots where I'm a little bit dry at the moment because we are in cooler weather here at the moment. So definitely if you have dry skin, I would say beauty blender and go easy with the application. I would apply really thin coats. I think that's the key with a product like this. I can see why if you wanted just a really quick thick coat and you wanted that coverage straight away, it may look orange, it may grab, it may go patchy. But if you spend a little bit of time with it and apply it in the right way, it actually looks quite nice. So I'm happy to recommend it, but I think it's just not a straightforward foundation that everyone could use and that we can all apply it in the same way and it'll look beautiful, if you know what I mean. Like it needs a little bit of work, and for some people with dry skin, it may not be suitable. So now I'm going to move on to the concealer. So this is the Second Skin Concealer and I got the product in White Peach. It was funny because people were saying make sure you go lighter with the color if you want to, you know, use it under your eyes. But then the website was saying go darker because the product's quite light. So could you be any more confusing? So I kind of went with my instinct and decided to go a little bit lighter. So this is what the tube looks like. It is quite a generously sized tube. It's quite fat. I'm just gonna dot it on because I really don't know what I'm dealing with here. Okay, taking my little beauty blender. Okay. I feel like that blended out well, but I didn't get a lot of coverage with my dark circles. It's not tacky. It's blended in really nicely. It's not leaving a really sticky or tacky residue. I'm actually just gonna go back in again. I'm gonna focus on this part here. It's really, really creamy. I'm not sure about the color. It does look a little bit yellow. Oh yeah, it's quite yellow. I feel like it did brighten up my under eye a little bit, but it's not really giving me the coverage of the dark circle that I want. Just gonna go apply some powder to set that to see how the powder takes to it. Okay, so I have just applied some powder under the concealer here and it does look quite dry. I think a lot of the reviews are definitely true with these 100% pure foundations and concealers. Unfortunately, they are a little on the drying side, particularly after they set. I think the Second Skin is working better on me. This side is definitely a lot drier, including the concealer. I think the color that I chose is okay, but it is a little on the orangey yellow side, so I don't think I'd really be able to get away with using that on a low makeup day where I'm just wanting like a little bit of concealer and some mineral powder, because it will look quite orange on my skin. But if I already have foundation on, it'll sort of blend a little more, if that makes sense. So after using these products, I'm feeling a little bit like, yeah, like I'm not loving them. I don't hate them. I'm not like, these are the most terrible products I've ever used, but I can see why there's mixed reviews on there. And it's not, look, they're not products that if you said to me, what are your absolute green beauty must-haves with makeup? These would not be on my list. But having said that, as an everyday sort of foundation, the Second Skin for me personally, I'm happy to buy that. I probably will buy some of that to have in my kit. I feel like the other side, the Healthy Skin, is a little bit too matte or drying for me. The concealer, I will use it, not every day, but I will get some wear out of it. I'm not sure if I would repurchase again though. So I really hope that you found this helpful. I'm sorry that I feel like this video was a little bit of a downer, because usually I'm like, oh my God, I love this product. And today I've sort of been like, yeah, I could take it or leave it. So I hope you found it helpful regardless. And I'd really love to hear your feedback if you've used either of those products, or 3 products. So the Healthy Skin, the Second Skin, and the concealer. If you've used any of those products, I would really love to hear from you down below with what your experience was. And if you have any more requests for me with products that you would like me to try, let me know. Don't forget to follow me on social media so that you don't miss out on blog posts and new videos that go up every week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye.